From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest, or welcome to Good Morning Northwest. If you're just joining us, hope you all had a fantastic Halloween and first weekend of November. And for the first full work week of November, it's going to be very active out there. We'll have snowy cascade passes through early on Wednesday morning. Multiple rain chances for lower elevations through Friday. High temperatures mostly staying put in the 50s. A few caveats to that, and lows down into the 30s and 40s. Already starting to see that atmospheric river gaining steam this morning in the Cascades. So we are seeing some snow for U.S. Highway 12 at White Pass and also for Interstate 90 at Snoqualmie Pass. So if you have to travel over to the west side this morning, please take it slow on said passes. Wind gusts also starting to pick up for both of our mountain ranges, not as gusty for lower elevations. We'll continue to track that throughout the morning, and temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s for lower elevations. So you'll definitely want to bundle up. Your day planner forecast for this Monday, it's going to be gray. It's going to be wet, and more rain chances to come, which I'll talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, officers responding to reports of a suspicious man entering a home that was under renovation. We're going to let you know how police were able to find him along help from K9 Sir Edwards. And authorities are stepping up the search for a missing Umatilla tribal member. We have the latest developments on the search efforts this morning. Also ahead, several new businesses hitting the Tri-Cities, and we're going to tell you all about them. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here on this Monday, November 3rd for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. We want to get right into news this morning, starting with a crime alert. Benton County Sheriff's deputies responding early yesterday morning for the reports of a suspicious man who was seen on video entering a house that was under renovation. The property owner was the one that saw the man on the property cameras. He called police, and that's when deputies and K9 Sir Edward contained the property, and they made several announcements to whoever was in that home. They were trying to get that person to come out. No one responded, and that's when deputies searched the home and found that man hiding. They sent Sir Edward into a small room that the suspect was in, where he was able to gain control after biting that man. That man then treated for his injury and booked into jail. Also on Sunday morning around 2:20 in the morning, Kennewick officers responded to the Badger Canyon apartments after receiving the call of an assault. Officers discovered when they got there that 35-year-old Daniel Gannon had entered his ex-girlfriend's apartment without permission, armed with a knife, and then assaulted both her and another man that was inside. Both victims were taken to a local hospital and treated for their injuries. Officers were able to locate Gannon quickly at his residence. He was taken into custody, booked on multiple charges, including burglary, first-degree domestic violence, assault, and malicious mischief. Officers thanking the community's support in helping keep our neighborhoods safe, and of course reminding everyone that if you see something, say something. 6:03 and continuing coverage this morning on a story we've been following. Authorities stepping up the search efforts for missing Umatilla tribal member Wesley Dixon Jones. Police and the FBI now marking some deep spots along the Umatilla River for a sonar search this week. Volunteers from the Search at Hope Alliance joining in. The 71-year-old last seen October 5th in a gray 2003 Ford Escape. Officials now asking anyone with video footage from that area to come forward. If you know anything about the whereabouts of him or have seen anything, contact Umatilla Tribal Police. Taking you to Portland, Oregon now, where National Guard troops still cannot patrol. A federal judge extending her order to block President Trump from sending the troops to the city at least until Friday. The judge's decision came after a 3-day trial. The state and city sued to stop the troop deployment. They argue the Trump administration violated the law by federalizing members of the Oregon and California National Guard and sending them to Portland. Trump administration says the troops are needed to protect government buildings and ICE agents carrying out immigration enforcement. Protesters have gathered outside of ICE's facility in the city. Federal judge ruling the demonstrations were not out of control and federal officers were still able to do their jobs. 6:04 in the business scene in the Tri-Cities usually changes like the seasons do. Sometimes busy, sometimes quiet, but this fall, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia brings you the inside scoop on some fresh businesses planting roots and the inspiring stories behind them.
In Pasco, A sweet new treat has arrived. Crispy Cones, an ice cream shop franchise, has opened its doors, adding a fresh flavor to the community. Meanwhile, in Richland, bargain hunters have a new hot spot as Five Below steps into the space formerly occupied by Party City, which closed this past summer. However, not all changes are new beginnings. Joann Fabrics has closed all its stores in the Tri-Cities, marking the end of an era for local fabric enthusiasts. But hope and growth take center stage with Tristan Rao, owner of Burlesque Brew. After 18 years of running a coffee shop in Kennewick, she is expanding to West Richland. Opening a second location brings a swirl of emotions.
Going really good, but it's still really scary. You never know. It's still pretty early on, and especially going into the winter. Winter usually is slower time for coffee stands, so it is scary but exciting, and hopefully we do good.
Her journey of expansion is not without challenges. Rao previously opened a second location but had to close it. Refusing to be defeated, she chose to learn and try again.
Keep going. Don't give up. Believe in yourself. I think a lot of my success has come because I won't give up. I just keep trying. I did fail on one location and had to close it down, but just think outside of the box. What's not working, there's might be another way out there that will work.
Supporting the spirit of resilience is David Fetto, president of the West Richland Chamber of Commerce. He says that community support for local businesses goes far beyond social media shoutouts.
We try to do things to encourage our members to come on and use the business. So, for example, like this ribbon cutting, trying to get as many people out here to support the business. We'll do flash mobs at various places. We'll hold our chamber meetings in. Well, let's go get a cup of coffee, or let's go over to a restaurant and go, get something to eat. We try to just promote them that way.
The ribbon cutting ceremony celebrated at Burlesque Brew is just one of the many planned in West Richland. The city is gearing up for new businesses, including a local bookstore and a fresh produce market. Reporting in West Richland, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And looking ahead, Fetto shares exciting news that Planet Fitness has signed on to join the growing community of businesses in West Richland. With plans to add new strip malls, the season of growth is clearly upon the Tri-Cities. 6:07 and making a difference this morning. Best Pizza Ever, a restaurant in Pasco, gave away free slices of pizza to those affected by the SNAP benefits ending during the government shutdown. One of the restaurants inside the Pasco Specialty Kitchen says they will continue to give out free SNAP slices until everyone's benefits are reinstated or they go broke doing it. It's a cause close to the owner's heart, having been on the SNAP program until July of this year when he opened Best Pizza Ever.
I was hanging out in this peanut park up here, and I looked at this place, and then I decided to open this pizza place because I have a background in this industry. And so when the government people were complaining about SNAP being shut down, I felt it was a personal. I felt in my heart that I needed to give back to the community.
Originally starting on their own, community members asked if they could donate to the cause, and in less than 24 hours, over $700 had been donated to keep the free slices going, each dollar being worth a slice of pizza. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Tomorrow is Election Day, and nationally, there's a lot of key races getting some buzz, and we're going to break it all down for you after the break. Plus, giving you a live look outside this morning from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. When we come back, we will check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, taking a look at some changes in the weather.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 30th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcrafts, and specialty foods. The variety and quality work make this a must-see event. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's 30th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities for 86 years at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace Store.
And we have some deals we don't want you to miss.
This steel handle leaf rake is closeout priced at $14.88.
You want tender turkey for Thanksgiving? Meat Church Bird Baptism Brine is the trick, and it's on sale.
20-pound bags of bird food on sale, 2 for $18.
And stock up on these C6 100 light Christmas lights, a steal at 50% off.
See all of the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores, and thank you for your business.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Arizona at Dallas. Monday Night Football at 5 tonight. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be cool as we head into the next 7 days, with highs mostly staying in the 50s for lower elevations. Now, there's a few caveats to that we'll show you. Here in the Tri-Cities, we're going to be in the very upper 40s for today, very lower 60s for Thursday. But for the most part, we're going to be bouncing between 50 to 60, which is mostly normal for the first and second weeks of November. Okay, and those overnight lows are going to be chilly for the next 7 nights, down into the 30s and 40s. Now in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, they're almost exclusively going to be in the 30s. In fact, for Friday night, maybe dipping down into the very upper 20s, especially in the Kittitas Valley. But for the basin, we'll have some lows in the 40s for the first part of the week, but then eventually dropping down into the 30s for the nights of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, kind of getting more in step with what we'll see in the Yakima Valley. Okay, let's take things back to today. It's going to be gray, it's going to be wet, it's going to be what you would expect for this time of the year, especially for Monday. High temperature is going to be in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Then for tonight, still gray, still wet. Overnight lows will be in the 30s for lower elevations, and we're going to be into the 30s for the mountains as well. Getting pretty close to freezing in the Kittitas Valley, so we'll see if we can maybe have some slick spots on some of those roadways. Speaking of things that are wintry adjacent, we will have snow for a Cascade passes through early on Wednesday morning. I'll tell you how much we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 12 minutes after 6 now. Take a look at your national headlines, as tomorrow is Election Day, and candidates in some key races are delivering their closing messages. Former President Obama even hitting the campaign trail in New Jersey and Virginia. ABC's Allison Kosick has the latest.
It's the final sprint to Election Day, and in New York City's mayoral race, New York State Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani making the rounds at the New York City Marathon. Mamdani's main rival, independent candidate and former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, pitching his experience.
Who has solutions that can actually work, and who has the ability to make those solutions a reality?
The race drawing national attention, even being mocked on Saturday Night Live.
Free healthcare, affordable housing, free Wi-Fi. As mayor, can I make that happen? I'm not sure yet. But together we're gonna find out that the answer is no.
President Trump casting Mamdani as an extremist.
Communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
The president staying off the trail but endorsing several Republicans, including Jack Ciattarelli, who has gained significant ground on Democrat Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey's governor's race. Former President Barack Obama campaigning in New Jersey and Virginia, taking aim at his successor.
Every day, this White House offers up a fresh batch of lawlessness and recklessness and mean-spiritedness and just plain craziness.
In Virginia, he's backing Democrat Abigail Spanberger in her race against Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. The results in New Jersey and Virginia expected to signal how voters feel about his second term and set the stage for next year's midterms. Key in that fight, California's Prop 50, Democrats pushing to flip 5 House seats after Republicans did the same in Texas.
And of course, you have to get your ballots in by tomorrow at 8 p.m. Drop them into a ballot drop box for them to count. The 2026 midterm elections have the Democrats trying to gain control of Congress as Republicans attempt to maintain their slim majority for the remainder of President Trump's second term. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert for a look at your first alert forecast. Giving you that live look outside this morning from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. It is 6:15 on this Monday.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner. Now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 7 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
I'm a real wild one. Life is wild. There's work to be done. Adventure around every corner. And a truck that handles it all. The 2025 Ford F-150. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 2025 F-150 STX Super Crew 4x4 for just $329 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
I mean, I could not lose. I was running out of places to put it. Craps, blackjack, slots. It was unreal.
Speaking of unreal, why do you have 6 fingers?
Oh, that. Well, with payouts like this, Northern Quest decided to save money on actors' fees, so I'm actually AI generated.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Wait! Go, go, go! Yeah!
Touchdown, Dallas! Cardinals, Cowboys, Monday Night Football at 5 tonight. Apple Valley News Now.
On the next Emmy Award-winning Live with Kelly and Mark, Rami Malek from Nuremberg, plus Lacey Chabert from She's Making a List.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, our Cascade passes could be a little bit snowy through early on Wednesday morning. So here's some of the totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. 4 to 7 inches for passes. If we did see chain requirements, it would probably be for White Pass off of U.S. Highway 12. But the rest of us obviously not going to see any snow, but we'll have multiple chances for rainfall all throughout this week, Monday through Friday. So first, let's show you the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. We put this into motion 8 a.m. This atmospheric river just situated right on top of all of us, so it's looking pretty wet out there. Then by lunchtime, looks like the atmospheric river going to split off, but the west end with the heavier rainfall on the west side and then eventually some heavier rainfall and snowfall up into the Cascades. But that'll be by lunchtime, and then by 5 p.m. another little resurgence of some heavier rainfall from the south, and that'll be our problem as we head into the late evening hours from Monday into the wee hours of the morning for Tuesday. Now for Tuesday morning, 8 a.m., looking dry out there, pretty dry for lunchtime as well. But by 5 p.m., you see that next round creeping in from the south, and then the nightcap for Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Looking pretty active out there once again, so that will be our problem, and then we'll have more chances for rainfall after that. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Over 1.5 inches of liquid water up in the Cascades, very beneficial stuff there, but around 1/2 inch of rainfall for the valleys, 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the basin and foothills, some less than impressive totals for the Blue Mountains, but some very impressive totals for Wednesday, Thursday, and through 5 p.m. on Friday at the very least. 3 inches of rainfall up in the Cascades, around 1 inch for the Blues, even lower elevations getting some beneficial stuff. So we'll watch that flooding potential very closely, specifically for the Cascades, especially around those smaller streams and some of the fresh burn scars we have up that way. Looking much drier by Saturday, then little shower chances coming back by Sunday. That's still 7 days out, definitely subject to change. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances through Friday, and it looks as if today and Wednesday will be the wettest days. In Yakima, a cool and wet week ahead, but maybe trending drier over the weekend for a change. In Ellensburg, rain likely today, Wednesday, and Thursday with highs in the 40s and 50s. And then for Hermiston, many chances for wet weather all throughout the work week, turning a bit breezier for the back half of the week. And then finally for Walla Walla, also looking at a wet forecast through Friday, but getting a little break just in time for Saturday.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, what do hungry sharks, a time loop, and a smuggler all have in common? Well, Keanu Reeves, apparently. We have a behind-the-scenes looks at the actor's new sci-fi movie coming up in your entertainment news.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Apple Valley News Now. First alert weather means early warnings and accurate forecasts.
Most fall days are awesome, but on those days when wind, rain, or snow is coming, count on our team for the most accurate advanced warnings, right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, mobile, and social. Count on us to get it right.
Weatherproof your world with Apple Valley News Now. First alert weather.
First alert weather from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
On your side.
Always on your side.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome back, 624 in your entertainment news. We're looking at a new sci-fi movie called Shiver, starring Keanu Reeves.
We're also looking at new music from Florence and the Machine. Yes, so here's David Daniel with all your movie and music news.
Oh, cool. We're trying. Keanu Reeves has a lot to deal with in his next sci-fi film. He's set to star in Shiver from Deadpool director Tim Miller. The Hollywood Reporter says details are sparse, but it's believed to be about a smuggler dealing with a deadly double-cross, hungry sharks, and a time loop.
It was so cool.
Keeping up with the Joneses as Bridgets. Daisy Edgar Jones from Twisters and Amelia Jones from Coda are reportedly set to star in Bad Bridgets, about 19th century sisters who flee famine-ravaged Ireland for New York. Filming is planned for Ireland and Northern Ireland.
House of a Voice.
I know, it gives me shivers when I hear it. Goes up and down my spine. Yep.
Yeah, I know. She's great. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A new club at Sagecrest Elementary School is giving students the chance to become journalists. We have a behind-the-scenes look at their new student newspaper that's coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
Affordable? Check. Stylish? Check. Quality? Check, check, check. And before we rush into Black Friday, like some people, Furniture Row is honoring our veterans. That means every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Save $200 on our Doctor's Choice hybrid lineup, plus 48 months no interest. And for an extra salute to our heroes in uniform, military and first responders save an extra 5% and no down payment. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Veterans Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Tired of the same old bull? Cash in on something utterly different. It's the Moolah La Cash Giveaway at Legends Casino Hotel. Every Thursday in November, you can tip the cash cow and milk your luck for up to $6,000. And on November 27th, the cash cow gets even bigger. 3 lucky winners will each have a shot at $30,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. Hoof it on over to Legends Casino Hotel for the Moolah La Cash Giveaway, where the cash really moves you.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2025 Ford Bronco Sport goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it.
We'd be happy to help you.
Making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded. It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed.
Thanks so much, Eric.
And also, just what the doctor ordered.
Need some help?
Right by your side.
Hi, Alex.
Right when you need us.
I'm gonna go grab that for you, okay?
Welcome to CBS. Join us.
Kraken Blackhawks coverage begins at 7 tonight on MeTV. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
You have a good weekend?
I did. I had an awesome weekend, celebrated Halloween.
Wonderful.
You had a big weekend as well, I understand.
I did. We had a wonderful Halloween, all in our mashup of Wizard of Oz to Wicked apparel. And then I had a birthday. Ooh. I know. I came in this morning and it's a good color, with my dress. Came in this morning and my desk was all decorated. Jessica put it all festive and birthday and fun, and so that was very sweet.
And there's some big 6'7" balloons in the newsroom as well, but that's
those were not for my birthday.
Not associated, unrelated, yeah.
No, because 6'7" is now like the national word or something.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a word. I think that's a
thing.
We can talk about that later.
Or not.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to
Thank
Jade.
you.
And happy first week of November.
Things are getting wild up here.
Yeah, wheels are coming off. All right, Jade doesn't really like the rainfall and the gloomy and the cold in her first full week of this new year. That's a little tough. Yeah,
Here
so
we are.
Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories that we got. All right, not just wet, but a little wintry for our Cascade passes. We could have up to 7 inches of snow for White Pass, but lower elevations, this is going to be a cold rain, and we'll have multiple chances of it all throughout the week. High temperatures mostly in the 50s, lows down into the 30s and 40s. Okay, so that atmospheric river now starting to pick up steam. You see snowfall for the time being. Looks like just light snowfall for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, but now some rain starting to get into lower elevations. So we'll track out this band with First Alert radar here. You see, these are the estimated times of arrival of rainfall: 6:35 for Oregon, around 7 o'clock for Umatilla, 7:15 for Hermiston. This is a slow-moving band, but keep in mind that some of this could clip the Tri-Cities as well, but it's going to end up being pretty light stuff for now. Gusts picking up in the Cascades, also for the Blues, not as breezy for lower elevations, and temperatures this morning in the 30s and 40s for lower elevations. Your umbrella cast for this Monday, you see rain chances picking up, especially as we head into the evening, and I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this gloomy Monday coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Starting your half hour of news in education, there's a new media outlet in Kennewick coming from the halls of Sagecrest Elementary School. They have a student newspaper now called the Owl Observer, and it's written and drawn by the school's newly formed newspaper club. These kids are writing stories about recess, books, and even reviewing viral trends like, oh, here it is, 6'7". The club was created by librarian Chantel Rivera, who says that she enjoyed participating in newspaper clubs as a student and wanted to bring that same joy to Sagecrest.
And when I became a teacher, I really wanted to find some way to work in having a newspaper with kids. And I hadn't been able to yet until I became a librarian. I found out that I got to run my own club, and right away I knew I was going to run a school newspaper.
I love that. The Owl Observer's first edition came out early in October, and the club plans to release a new paper each month. Talking your voice, your vote now, as Election Day is tomorrow. In this general election, one of the 5 seats that's up for re-election is the District 3 position. Evaristo Celeste decided to run for the first time for the school board seat. Celeste says he was born and raised in Sunnyside and was going through some tough times while attending school, which inspired him to run for those kids that see it as sort of a refuge. For those voters who feel the district board and community's relationships could be stronger, Celeste says his personal experience can help bridge that gap.
I come with a different perspective. I have the experience and the struggle of most of my community. I grew up in the neighborhood, and so I'm going to look at things a different way. And so that means that when I'm up there and I'm at the board, I'm going to be arguing for things that they're struggling with, And I think that's what's lacking. And I can give that to them because my experiences are different. I see the community as, to a certain extent, a larger family. And when I look at them, I see myself in them. And so I think that I can bring change in that way.
Now, this was the first year that voters in Sunnyside will be voting for school board positions by district. To make your vote count, get your ballots in by 8 p.m. at the ballot drop box tomorrow on November 4th. 6:33, and time for a WSU Tri-Cities tradition to open up the month of November. It's the annual Day of the Dead celebration, and it's Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. The annual event is student-ran and open to other students, families, and community members. It'll feature fun, dancing, food, tacos, desserts. The celebration will also give attendees a space to honor loved ones who have passed away.
So yes, we will be having a community altar that will be an opportunity for people to bring pictures or trinkets of their loved ones, and it's just kind of a way of remembering them and bringing them so that they can be honored during the celebration.
And this year's event is hosted by WSU Tri-Cities at their Student Union building. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, the best time to prepare for a storm is now, before the bad weather hits. So we're going to break down some key tips that you need to know in your consumer reports. And giving you a live look outside this morning. It is 6:34 on this Monday. This coming from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Things starting to lighten up a little bit out there. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have another look at your forecast, what we can expect as we start the week.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Affordable? Check. Stylish? Check. Quality? Check, check, check. And before we rush into Black Friday like some people, Furniture Row is honoring our veterans with an extra 5% off and no down payment. Plus, get 48 months no interest. The Veterans Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance to install your new Daikin heating and cooling system. Get our best deal of the season with low monthly payments and special financing. Call today to schedule your free consultation with a Vance system designer.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is giving you something to be thankful for this November. Gobble, gobble, and dish up a big win. Over $55,000 in cash and prizes are waiting to be dished up and served out. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 lucky winners will pick 3 dishes and win over $1,000 in cash and prizes. Then for the grand prize, one of 3 lucky winners will be served up to $10,000 in cash on November 29th. Come dish up a win this season at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Are you suffering with constant agonizing knee pain? Have you been told that you have arthritis or are bone on bone? Is knee pain making simple activities like walking stairs or kneeling impossible? If this sounds familiar, the next 60 seconds could change your life. Do not let knee pain control your life any longer. Our powerful program addresses the underlying causes of knee pain without masking symptoms. There is no use of drugs, injections, or surgery. Do not miss this opportunity. Call now to see if we can help. If you qualify for care, day 1 we will perform a trial treatment. Please listen carefully. You will know by the end of the first visit whether or not we can help you. Do not hesitate. Call now. You don't need to suffer any longer. Call right now to see if you qualify for our program that has transformed thousands of lives. Call before it's too late and take the first step towards the knee pain relief you deserve.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. It's the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, only from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
At Denver Mattress, we believe improving your sleep life should be easy and affordable. And right now, military and first responders save 15% on all Denver Mattress brand products. Plus, get 48 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Wait! Wait, wait, wait! Go, go, go! Yeah! Touchdown, Dallas!
Cardinals, Cowboys, Monday Night Football at 5 tonight. Apple Valley News Now.
On the next Emmy Award-winning Live with Kelly and Mark, Rami Malek from Nuremberg, plus Lacey Chabert from She's Making a List.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperatures staying cool over the next 7 days. Going to stay in the 50s. Here's what it's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. Now listen, a little caveat to that. We'll be in the mid to upper 40s for today and tomorrow, but after that, we'll be in the 50s, low to mid 50s at the very least. So pretty close to seasonal, if not a little bit below average for the first and second weeks of November. Those overnight lows going to stay chilly down in the 30s and 40s for the next 7 days. So we will be in the mid 30s tonight in the Tri-Cities in the lower Columbia Basin, low to mid 40s for the nights of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then a series of storm systems that'll eventually knock us back down into the mid 30s for the nights of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Kittitas Valley, and keep in mind across the map for today, it's going to be gray, it's going to be wet, a little bit breezy up in the Cascades, but in the Kittitas Valley, not as breezy, mid 40s, and again, gray and wet. In the Yakima Valley, will be right around 50 degrees up and down the valley. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, pretty close to 50 for most spots. For the foothills, also pretty close to 50, and then 40s and 50 for the highest terrains, 40s and 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Could have a little bit of snow for Oregon 204, but I'm thinking for US 395, Interstate 84, probably not going to see any snowfall. But we'll have additional chances for rainfall throughout the rest of the week. But speaking of the snowfall, we will have snow in the Cascades. I'll tell you how much coming up in a few minutes.
All right, well, speaking of storms, storms and wild weather happening more often, and weathering the weather with good preparation can, of course, make all the difference.
Yeah, the experts at Consumer Reports share smart, simple tips to keep your home and family safe this storm season and year-round.
No matter what kind of storm you're up against, snow, wind, or rain, being ready for the worst can make all the difference. Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says it starts with one simple assumption: plan to lose power.
With more extreme weather, you never know when you might need your generator. So it's a good idea to wheel it outside every few months, fire it up, and make sure that it starts. You also want to store plenty of gasoline and use fuel stabilizer.
If you don't have a generator, consider investing in a portable model, like this recommended one from Briggs & Stratton. In CR's test, it delivered more than enough power for a typical home. And remember, never run a generator in an enclosed space. Keep it outside at least 20 feet from your home and point the exhaust away from any open windows, doors, and vents. Next, prepare in case you need to leave quickly. Pack an emergency go bag with essentials: clothes, non-perishable food, water, phone chargers, a flashlight, and a first aid kit.
For the longer term, consider setting up an emergency fund and reviewing your homeowner's insurance policy. It may even be worth adding a flood policy, since many homeowners' policies don't cover flood damage.
Finally, your cell phone is often your lifeline in a storm or power outage. Consumer Reports recommends keeping spare batteries or portable chargers on hand and making sure they're fully charged before the lights go out. This is Teresa Hope.
Always be prepared. Consumer Reports experts have even more advice to help you stay safe and save money before, during, and after the storm.
Yeah, and you can find that at consumerreports.org. And all that information is obviously very important, but especially the thing with the generators.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever run them inside. Ever.
Ever. Or else.
Or else.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look outside from right here where we're at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to be back with your first alert forecast after the break as we make our way into the week.
As a funeral home owner, I see firsthand how important it is to have a coroner who treats families with care and professionalism. That is why I am supporting Marshall Slight. Marshall has the experience, the integrity, and the compassion that this job demands. When it comes to serving our community through life's most difficult moments, Marshall is the right guy. On Election Day, please join me in voting for Marshall Slight for Yakima County Coroner.
Paid for by Committee to Elect Marshall Slight.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
With irresistibly smooth melting chocolate in every Lindor, you can melt into every holiday moment. This year, bring out Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Why might you?
Good morning, everyone.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team. Jessica Jalal wanted to work in broadcast news since she was 8 years old. While working toward her master's degree in journalism, she started her television career interning in Dallas. Now, Jessica brings the news home to you each day on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest. Jade Elliott, Jessica Jalal, Josh Colbreth. Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
Always on your side.
'Tis the season for hosting, for baking and roasting and getting dressed up to the nines. But no matter how smartly you've prepped for the party, they stay in the kitchen all night. Oh, the most wonderful stories start here. Find your next holiday story at Macy's.
We're happy to gift you and your organization $1,000.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. It does your heart good. There's no doubt. Constantly. There's always something going on.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
What matters to me the most is the experience that my clients have when they're building a new home. Fred's always does a great job providing that great experience. They've proven to be a partner to rely on because they do their jobs. There's other things to worry about in building a house than how my clients are being taken care of with their appliance selections. They don't shy away from the headaches and get problem solved for me. I'm Corey Condren, owner of Condren Homes, and I'm proud to have Fred's Appliance as my partner.
Arizona at Dallas. Monday Night Football at 5 tonight. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have the chance for some snow at pass level in the Cascades through early on Wednesday morning, 4 to 7 inches. If we did see chain requirements, it would probably be on U.S. Highway 12 at White Pass, but you see elsewhere not dealing with any snow, maybe less than an inch for Oregon 204 at Tollgate in the Blues. Many chances for rainfall all throughout this week, Monday through Friday. So we'll go ahead and show you the next couple days with Futurecast radar. 8 this morning, rainfall blanketing the area, and then by lunchtime, looks like the bulk of the heaviest stuff is going to be up into the Cascades. By 5 p.m., another resurgence of rainfall starting from the south and west, and then by midnight, looks like things are still rocking and rolling. Now, look. Tuesday morning, going to start off dry. Lunchtime looking pretty dry as well, but by 5 p.m., here we go. Another round arriving from the south, and this is going to be our problem for the nightcap on Tuesday and then into Wednesday morning. And like I said, many more rain chances after that. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Over 1.5 inches. Now this would be rainfall and melted snowfall. So 1.5 inches plus of liquid water up in the Cascades. Around 1/2 inch of this would just be rainfall for the valleys, 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the basin, for the foothills, and some less than impressive totals for the Blues. But this is all going to be beneficial stuff. And then for Wednesday, Thursday, and through much of Friday, look at this, an additional 3 inches of liquid water up in the Cascades, around 1 inch for the Blues, even lower elevations getting in on the fun. So this, like I said, it's going to be beneficial, but given how much moisture we're expecting during such a small time frame, could have some localized flooding up in the Cascades, especially around some of those smaller streams and around some of those fresh burn scars. We got a couple, the Labor Mountain Fire, the Retreat Fire, and the Wildcat Fire as well. Will be drier for Saturday, little shower chances coming back by Sunday, but that's still 7 days out, subject to change. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances through Friday, and it looks as if today and Wednesday will be the wettest days. In Yakima, a cool and wet week ahead, but maybe trending drier over the weekend for a change. In Ellensburg, rain likely today, Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the 40s and 50s. And for Hermiston, many chances for wet weather all throughout the work week, turning a bit breezier for the back half of the week. And then finally for Walla Walla, also looking at a wet forecast through Friday, but getting a little break just in time for Saturday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, guess who's turning 50? That's right, you are cordially invited to a party half a century in the making.
Good morning, I'm David Hartman. Today is Monday, November the 3rd.
And to celebrate 50 years of Good Morning America, we're bringing back some familiar faces and remembering our favorite moments.
We took the show to Australia and New Zealand, and I said, let's go bungee jump. Now, the show would never have allowed us to do that. So we snuck out with a camera crew, of course.
So I'm out at the end of the platform, and I remember saying,
I sincerely hope this is not the last time I say, Good Morning America.
The executives were, in an instant, angry at us for doing it, and so excited that we had the videotape.
The party starts at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ginger Z, ABC News, New York.
Even on an antidepressant, I was masking my depression.
I felt I was missing out on the moments around me. So my doctor prescribed Rexulti.
When added to an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms, more than an antidepressant alone.
She said Rexulti could provide a boost. For me, less depression meant enjoying the little things.
Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Call your healthcare provider right away to report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could a boost help you build on your progress?
Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 6:50, time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines. Police investigating an explosion on the Harvard Medical School campus, and they say it appears to be a deliberate act. It happened over the weekend. An officer responded to the Golden Sun building after a fire alarm went off. Moments later, the officer saw two people run from that building. The suspects got away. The officer then went to the 4th floor of that building where the alarm sounded and found an explosion had happened. No one was hurt, and police did not find any other explosive devices. Investigators releasing surveillance photos of the suspects and are asking the public to contact police if they know anything. And taking you to Ohio, where 9 people were hurt in a shooting at a large birthday party that was held at an Airbnb. Police say the shooting happened around midnight at the party that was attended by some young people and was advertised on social media. Juveniles and adults both reportedly injured. Officers say shell casings were found throughout the multi-level home. Authorities now working to identify the suspect or suspects. The police chief said the department will do its best to find whoever is responsible and to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. 6:51 in your health headlines this morning. The FDA is taking action to restrict the use of fluoride. The move follows a directive from the government's Make America Healthy Again Commission. Agency saying kids under 3 years old and older kids at low or moderate risk for tooth decay should avoid fluoride products. Notices were sent to several companies warning them to not market the products to kids in those groups. Fluoride has been heavily scrutinized by the Trump administration after recent research reignited debate about the health risks associated to high exposure. Experts, however, emphasize the safety and benefits of it. 6:52 talking sports this morning. Dodgers are back home triumphant, capturing a stunning World Series victory over the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 7. Next step for the boys in blue will be the World Series parade today. The team arriving back home Sunday. Players and coaching staff among the dozens who offloaded from the plane to cheers of Dodgers fans. Monday's nearly hour-long parade motorcade will conclude at as the team heads to Dodger Stadium for a ticketed championship celebration event. And Sunday Night Football, Washington Commanders hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks winning 38-14. Commander star, though, Jaden Daniels suffering a pretty severe arm injury after being taken down awkwardly near the goal line. Next up for the Hawks, taking on the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. 6:52, time now for the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Benton County, where sheriff's deputies responded early yesterday morning for the report of a suspicious man who was seen on a video entering a house that was being renovated. The property owner called 911 after he saw the man on the cameras. Deputies and K9 Sir Edward searched the residence and located him. Sir Edward then went into the small room he was hiding in, gaining control after biting the suspect. That man was treated for his injuries and booked into jail. Also on Sunday, just after 2 in the morning, Kennewick officers responded to an assault report at the Badger Canyon Apartments. Officers say 35-year-old Daniel Gannon had entered his ex-girlfriend's apartment without permission, armed with a knife, and then assaulted both her and another man that was inside. Both the victims were treated at the hospital for their injuries. Officers found Gannon at his home a short time later. He was taken into custody without incident and booked on multiple charges. And a reminder, tomorrow, November 4th, is Election Day. Make sure you get your ballot in a drop box before 8 p.m. To see information on local key races, you can head to our website, where we have everything you need to know on AppleValleyNewsNow.com. And it's the annual Day of the Dead celebration at WSU Tri-Cities today. The event is student-run and open to students, families, and community members. There will be dancing, food, tacos, desserts. The celebration will also give attendees a space to honor loved ones who have passed away. This event is today at the Student Union from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And some new businesses are hitting the Tri-Cities. In Pasco, the ice cream shop Crispy Cones has recently arrived. In Richland, bargain hunters have a new hotspot as Five Below steps into the space formerly occupied by Party City, and that closed this past summer. And then also some more strip malls, Burlesque Brew and Planet Fitness expanding to West Richland. 6:54 and trending this morning, a revealing Zoom call has a Michigan police officer going viral after he left out a key component of his uniform. He forgot his pants.
Whoops. Well, Officer Matthew Jackson got called out by the district court judge during a virtual courtroom hearing while the officer was giving his testimony. Take a look at what he says.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
Josh is dying. He said after that, the officer did tilt his camera up so he could only be seen from the waist up.
According to the 36th District Court website, dress code emphasizes appropriate clothing and it specifies shorts are prohibited.
So although he wasn't disciplined by the judge, the Detroit Police Department did say that they're investigating. They plan to speak to that officer about proper etiquette in court. He said, because I saw that video, I watched it. It's ridiculous. I think he said that his pants were in the dryer. They weren't dry yet.
Hey,
they weren't ready.
There before. I love that he tried to.
He's like,
he tried to give an explanation. He's like, well, you know. No, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
He just gave up on it.
That's the point of even going into it. He's like, you're right. No, I have no pants on. Oh, you're not going to want to forget your pants this coming week because things are chilling off.
I need to add a pants cast into my,
you need a pants cast.
Graphics repertoire.
No, you don't
right?
need a pants cast. You should just always wear pants.
Because you should just be wearing pants around this time of the year, especially if you're going out in public.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at First Alert radar. Might be umbrella weather for some of us for this morning. You see light snow up in the Cascades, but there's this little band of rainfall that is moving through lower elevations. Looks pretty light for now. Going to move into the heart of Hermiston around 7:15. Stanfield 7:40, Echo by 7:50. It's going to take a while for it to get to Walla Walla, Pendleton, and some of those other locations in the foothills. Winds this morning, it's a little breezy up in the Cascades and in the Blues, but in between, wind gusts not really a factor, unlike what we saw over the weekend. Temperatures 30s and 40s across the map, although we do have some 20s up in the Cascades. A little bit later today, we'll be in the 40s. It's going to be gray, it's going to be wet, so just very stereotypical Monday weather, especially in November. Here are the big weather stories. Snowy Cascade passes through early on Wednesday morning. Many chances for rainfall this week as we'll have many storm systems. Highs, in spite of that, mostly staying in the 50s, lows down into the 30s and 40s. Let's take you back to that snow forecast, though. Over the next 48 hours, 4 to 7 inches for a Cascade passes, so just be mindful of that if you're traveling to and from the west side.
So Monday is mundane on the weather front.
It's definitely mundane for sure.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks so much for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest stories up on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight after Monday Night Football. Have a great day.